The oil sands has had a tough time, really, I think, in terms of its reputation. And if you actually look at the facts on the ground, you will see quite a different story. So sustainable development, really we talk in terms of three objectives, right? We have the economic objectives, we have the social objectives and environment. And I think maybe some folks don't realize just how much the oil and gas industry has developed with many other industries over the years, and how important it is to us that we address those three things in absolute balance. COSIA is really our primary vehicle to do that. And that's really a world-leading example of industry collaboration to advance sustainable development as best as we possibly can. I've worked around the world in a number of different countries, and this is no doubt the most progressive example of industry collaboration to pursue innovation and breakthroughs in primarily our environmental performance. So I think there's really three areas that we really put most focus on. And the first is, I might mention, is water. In the process that we use for oil sands development, it's called SAGD, or Steam Assisted Gravity Drainage. So we inject steam to essentially melt the bitumen and then allow us to produce that uphole. The objective around water use really is to protect the water resources for future use. Now, we actually have had targets, we have a target to recycle as much as 90%, and we've been getting very close to that. Basically, our greenhouse gas emissions come as a result of burning natural gas to generate steam, which we then use to make the bitumen producible. It's in our interest to burn less gas and be more efficient with the amount of steam that's required for the amount of bitumen that we produce. I think one of the most exciting examples that we have piloting right now is what we're calling enhanced SAGD. And so what that is involving is, what we do is we add some lighter hydrocarbons to the steam that we inject downhole. And that has a diluting effect on the bitumen, helping to reduce its viscosity and allow us to produce the bitumen with less steam. And we're looking to develop that. We're working on how that might be expanded in coming years. But we see that having a material impact on our overall emissions. And then the third area is land, and of course, you know, protection of the habitat and of the biodiversity and of the species that naturally exist out there. We want to protect those as best as we possibly can, and that's a very important and integral part of our planning. So minimizing our footprint is incredibly important. And we have a number of initiatives underway to help do that. Faster Forests is the example where we're actually going out there and proactively replanting, rather than just waiting on natural processes to reclaim that land. We're planting up to 4 different types of trees and up to 11 different shrub species as part of that program. And we're really pursuing full ecological restoration. We're pleased about that progress, but we're continuing to push on and really pursuing the minimum long-term impact we possibly can. If I think about sustainable development as a whole, it's not just about the environment. That's a very important part, but there's a social responsibility piece that comes with it as well. When we get into the development phase, one of the commitments we make is local content, and so we set targets to make sure that the contracts that we issue, that as much of that as possible can go to local companies with Aboriginal ownership, and employers and employees. We're just continuing to work with the communities to understand what they see as priorities to develop and to get the benefits flowing from these developments. We do have challenges that we need to address. And one of the things that really excites me about working the Canadian oil sands is the potential we have working together, industry, the government, both at the federal and the provincial level, and society as a whole, of coming around this incredible opportunity and increasingly making that not just a safe but environmentally responsible source of energy supply for the world.